Kevin Millar. How are you, Kevin?
Richie, how you doing? That Shaker Heights, Ohio, Chris Rose, a beautiful young man, got released in third grade, I think, from T-ball.
Yeah.
He wasn't a very good athlete. Went straight to television. Ran nothing like Marshall. Are you on the line?
Yeah,
I am.
Hey, are you tuning up for Tahoe? Because don't come in there half-stepping. I'm coming in there to win this year. I'm not finishing 38th place every year.
All right, well, enjoy 32nd place. I'm trying to win.
I know you are trying to win up there in Tahoe.
I am trying.
You know, I played 1 year, and then I swung the club like I was holding a shovel in my hand, and I was never invited back. I was a one and done.
It is nerve-wracking.
I played with Jason Taylor and Derek Brooks, and we all took chunks out of the fairway, but I didn't get invited back. Kevin?
You know what's funny? True story.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Brown, we were doing an event in Hawaii, and he's like, "Dude, I promise you, it's my first year. He goes, you're gonna be sweating. Your hands are gonna be crazy at the per-tee box." And I'm over here going, "Come on, man, Timmy, you ran slap pairs across the middle for 37 years for the Raiders with your little finger tape. How you nervous hitting a golf ball?" First year, there's about 19 people in the stands. There's not 50,000. There's 19 people, and they're over there with, some are blue-haired, some are just over there in a cute little skirt. As soon as they announce your name, the palms started sweating. That first swing, I think it was me, Lofton, and Fred McGriff. We all hooked our drives out. I'm like, what just happened? I mean, you start panicking no matter who you are, what sport you've played. You start panicking on that first swing.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just telling you, I've never and that swing could make the rest of your round of golf miserable.
Oh, sure.
100%.
Oh, sure. And then we'll get to Big Papi in a second, Kevin. I once heard Pete Rose, where people talked about how difficult it was to play golf and swing and hit a golf ball, and he goes, "Why?" He goes, "The ball that I hit's moving."
Yeah.
He always used to.
Yeah, but if you hit 3 out of 10 golf balls, you're having a miserable round.
That's. And if you hit 3 out of 10 baseball, you're in Cooperstown.
There you go.
Kevin Millar joining us here on the day that Big Papi gets his number retired. Before we get to tonight's ceremony, I assume, were you at the roast last night, Kevin?
No, I actually sent in a paragraph of a text because I couldn't be there because tomorrow I'm going to St. Paul, Minnesota to play in a Northern League baseball game. So I'm 45 years old. I've got a dad's body. I still think I'm pretty cool, but I'm not cool. But, I'm one of them dads that think they're cool, but I'm really not. My kids think I'm a tool, which I get it. So I'm playing in a game tomorrow night. It's Bill Murray, my bobblehead doll. So I said, I'll come as long as I can play. So I've been taking some batting practice today.
No
but
kidding.
That's why I didn't go to the roast. But I did send a paragraph in.
Wow. Okay, so then what does tonight mean, Kevin, do you think?
You know what? I'll tell you this, and I tell people all the time, this guy, David Ortiz, is a better human being than he was player. And I love when it's that way. There's some guys, there's some icons, there's some superstars you meet, and when you meet them, you're like, man, it kind of ruins it. This man's never said no to an autograph to a child. This man touches lives day in and day out. When we were playing, I mean, it's sometimes we're cranky. You land, it's 2:30 in the morning, you want to go straight to the hotel, and there's fans out there or something. Never did I see him say no. And I just always remember that he's a great teammate, he's a great person, got a great heart. Children's hospitals for kids, and then boom, turned into one of the biggest RBI machines in the history of the game. So, in my opinion, this is a great night, a special night, and well-deserved night.
What did he mean to that 2004 team that finally got rid of the curse that had been talked about for a century in Boston, Kevin?
Well, he meant a lot to Yankee fans like yourself because I know that you had to hate him, and I know I wasn't a factor, Richie. I get it. You probably didn't even know who Kevin Millar was.
I did. I did.
Hey, this guy was a baller. I mean, when I tell you this, see, there's some fake. And Marshall knows there's some fake numbers out there. There's some players that got great stats, but they're fake good. I always say, some of these cats are fake good. Papi hit good pitching. Papi hit big RBIs. He driving 120. I promise you, 113 of them seemed to put us ahead 7th inning on. It just felt that way. Anytime you need that big hit, that big 3-run home run, it was there. And I'm sitting here going, this game's not that easy. It's not Nintendo. Like, you're in there hitting a guy throwing 96 miles an hour with a lefty specialist coming in, and he did it. And so I knew him as David Arias. when he was with the Minnesota Twins. Then he comes over and he turns into, David Ortiz. Actually, he was David Ortiz with the Seattle Mariners, then went to Minnesota, and then comes over as David Ortiz and literally turned into Big Papi 3 months into being a Red Sox. So this is a special story.
Well, he's a folk hero in the area, and for good reason. I'm at Kevin Millar here on the show. What was it like being around him and Pedro Martinez when the town was lit up because of that championship, that first of many that we're following? What was it like being around that, Kevin?
Yeah, they're just stars. Like Tom Brady, the years that we were there, 3, 4, and 5, the Patriots were winning 2 out of 3 Super Bowls. The Red Sox break this 86-year-old curse. But, a lot's asked, like, who's bigger, Tom Brady or David Ortiz? Being around David Ortiz, it's like this icon, and it turned into this Boston icon within a couple years. And obviously I went on to Baltimore and then Toronto, so I was in the East, but he kind of kept going and kept winning championships. One in 2007, one in 2013, so he ended up with 3 rings. But back then it was like Pedro was a star. David Ortiz turned into a star, and it was like walking around, like with Aerosmith. That this is who they were in Boston, and that's what makes that city. That's what makes that city, amazing.
How am I doing for a Yankee fan interviewing you about Big Papi for a team that is the only team in baseball history to come from an 0-3 hole and stick it to a hated rival? How am I doing, Kevin?
You know what? Your blood, your temperature, your attitude, it's been wonderful, Rich.
Thanks,
I think
Kevin.
You have a bright future in this business.
Appreciate
You're
it.
going to do great in this business if you keep your head on straight. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you look like because it's a radio show, but you're dressed up tight. Marshall.
No, you're right on, Kevin. You are spot on right now.
No, because Kevin, again, you're right. You're right in terms of the hatred, and it wasn't just the home runs and when they were hit. It was the Cadillac that ensued, the 30 to 40 seconds that would take, and then he would do it again and again and again, and it was difficult to take. But I do realize his specialness, and my wife being from the area, my brother-in-law, the kids who look up to him and emulate him and idolize him and what he means for the city. I'm able to tip the cap figuratively, Kevin.
Listen, you know when if you're a Yankee fan, you give credit. I mean, the Boston Red Sox fans give credit to Derek Jeter, right? If when you're talking about the Yankees,
do they?
When there's greatness, Rich, no matter what, you're a fan of the game.
Mm-hmm.
You have your team, the Yankees, with that little NY there, and you had 27 rings to 0 to ours. So I said, what rivalry is this? When we rolled in there in 03, I'm like, this isn't a rivalry. This is what you call a blank whipping. We need to win a ring before this is a rivalry. So we got our ring. You guys, got out to a cute little 03 against us. So we're down 3, and we're down in game 4. And here comes Mariano Rivera trotting in. You got the greatest closer in the world. Look at your team. You had Sheffield, A-Rod, Jeter, Giambi, all these good-looking, tall, rich cats. And here we come trotting out Bill Millar, Kevin Millar, Orlando Cabrera,
Dave Roberts,
Mark Bellhorn. You know what I'm saying? We were Marshall size, 5'10" to 11.
They were working class guys, Rich. Working class guys.
That's what we did.
That's right.
That's what we did.
Oh,
they had all the good look. Look at Rich. Look at how tall he is. What are you, 6'3", 6'4", Rich?
Yeah.
6'3".
Sure.
See?
With the afro.
Marshall?
Yeah.
Marshall and all we stopped growing. We were in 10th grade. That was it. How tall are you, Marshall? 6 foot?
Kevin, the best part about what you are saying is you keep calling it a little NY.
Stop it.
Like the little NY on their hats.
Cute little NY.
The cute little NY.
With A-Rod over there at third base making $400 million per swing. You know what I'm saying?
Per swing.
You had Jeter over there. He dated the hottest chicks you've ever seen for years in New York City, and now marries the hottest girl in the world. Like, come on, Rich.
Kevin, you know the old Looney Tunes when the guy would start turning red at the bottom and it would just travel up his body?
Yeah.
Rich's body starting to turn red.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting red around the chin right now.
Hey, listen, enjoy the night, Kevin. It's a big night. It's going to be a memorable one. Is the weather good? Weather's okay for tonight?
I hope. I'm down here in Austin, Texas. It's 101 degrees.
Oh, gosh. So, okay. Well, I hope. Well, enjoy watching it tonight. And can we get one of your bobbleheads and put it in our studio? Can I get a Kevin Millar bobblehead, please?
It's 100%. It's going to be Bill Murray and myself. We took a picture in 1993. 25 years ago, they made this bobblehead. I will promise I will get one to you. Christopher Rose, who's listening right now. Chris is guaranteed listening to the show.
Okay.
Because you want me to make sure I brought up his name. You keep that white boy looking tight, Marcus. You understand me? Keep that white boy looking tight because he's come a long way with his suits now.
Have a
long way.
Have a good one, Kevin. Okay?
All right, boys.
Thanks for calling.
See ya.
It's Kevin Millar.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on radio stations across the country and audience.
If you like that video, be sure to download our app, and I'll be sure to help the NFL figure out what a catch is.